It's no secret that our economy is struggling, and with it, declining property values. County Assessor John Noguez has good news and breaks down how homeowners can get the help they need, one assessment at a time. To My County, the show that explores services and programs provided to you by the County of Los Angeles. I'm Stacey Galandi. Joining me today in the studio is John Noguez, the assessor for Los Angeles County. How are you, John?
I'm doing fine, Stacey.
Good. Now, you've been the assessor almost a year, but yet you've been with the assessor's office for over 20 years.
26 and a half years to be exact.
Well, you know of what you speak then. So.
I think I do. I know a little bit.
Well, tell me, what exactly does the assessor's office do? What is your primary responsibility, and why is it so important for everyone to know what their property is assessed at?
Stacey, we want fair values for everybody, and that's exactly what we do at the assessor's office. We establish fair values. Oftentimes people think that we are the tax collector or the auditor.
You want to clarify that big time right now.
We are not the tax collector. We don't collect the taxes. All we do is establish a fair value. Oftentimes we look at what people purchase their property and make sure that it was in fact a fair purchase price. You didn't get a bargain or you didn't overpay, and we establish a fair value based on Proposition 13. Mm-hmm. And Proposition 13 says the assessor will establish a fair value, enroll that, and that becomes your basis. And that's what we do. And then we work with the auditor and the tax collector, but we're not the auditor, we're not the tax collector, we're the nice assessor's office.
It sounds good. You want to emphasize that. What's interesting is that you are responsible for, I believe it's 2.6 million parcels of land, so you really have to know this county. And obviously, no matter where you are in the county, determines what the property will be assessed at.
Exactly. I travel far. Yesterday I was in Long Beach in the morning and I finished Westlake Village in the evening hours.
And 20 places in between. Yeah.
And 20 places in between, but we have to coordinate so that my appraisers, and I'm 1,600 people strong, address the 2.6 million parcels that we currently have in LA County, and they continue to grow. We have condominium conversions, which add parcels, as well as Santa Clarita, which adds additional parcels, and we do that with only 1,600 employees.
Well, now, in assessing properties, why is it important that everybody knows what the value is? Why? Because a lot of people probably don't really understand how this works.
You know, Stacey, I'm going to agree with you. A lot of people don't understand how, if they purchased, especially in the height of the market, how they can come to us, and it's free service to get their property reviewed. Even if you think that a reduction is pending and are not sure of your market value, you can in fact go to our website and review the comparables. We have a wonderful website, and I'm hoping that you get to put that website on.
Assessor.lacounty.gov.
You memorized it.
Exactly.
But we have a wonderful website that people can go on there and see if their property has been reviewed for a decline in value, and that is basically what I just said, a decline in value. If you purchased your home, and I'll give you an example, for $500,000 and it's dropped to $400,000, has the assessor reduced it? We've done a great program where we've actually reviewed over 500,000 properties in LA County for a reduction, and we've reduced over 380,000 of them internally without people having to even file a petition.
So it's possible, if, you know, with the economy being as it is, you're seeing those numbers drop. But for someone who really needs to know what their value is, and maybe if it's been overvalued, which I don't know if that happens at all, but they have a way to go in and address that.
It does. And you know, Stacey, you said something about overvaluing. We want to listen to you. Sometimes we have people that come in and they may have purchased a business with the property. That's on the commercial side, but if they purchased a car wash that has the machinery that was part of the lump sale, as well as the goodwill and all of these other elements, we need to know what the breakdown was. Instead of just enrolling the full sales price, we need to know what was paid and accordingly adjust the sales price. So that's where we get into the system of maybe overpaying. But when the market has declined, people can go to our website, they can review their comparables. If they feel that we're still taxing them at a higher rate, they can file online for a petition to reduce their value.
Very easy is what it is.
It's very easy.
You know, you're responsible for, I believe, a $1 trillion property roll. What is a property roll, and why is that important to us?
It is very important because based on the property roll, the tax is collected by the tax collector, relayed to the state, but the county also benefits in the local jurisdictions. The cities rely on this money for policing services, for health services, for government services in general. And it's very important that they understand that we at the Assessor's Office want to establish a fair value based on the roll value, the assessment roll value. That is how we collect the taxes.
Talk to me about customer service, because I know that's something that's very important to you, and adopting is something as simple as having bilingual approach to teaching people in the community.
Stacy, it's very important to me. I don't know if you knew this, but I was mayor and council member in a small city called Huntington Park, and there I realized how important customer service was and is. And that's exactly one of the things that I want my office to understand. And the employees do. They're wonderful employees. I tell them, do you have a smile ready? If you don't have a smile ready, let me know, because we'll find someone else that has a smile ready to address the consumer, the constituents, the taxpayers.
Because people are actually coming into your office.
They come into the office, they call us on the phone, and I want you to feel that smile radiating through the phone.
And it's great if they come and they get a little present too.
Well,
not
when
only
they
do
come
you get
in,
assessed, you get a gift.
We have wonderful brochures, and we can definitely send this out if they request it. This is a pamphlet that basically a folder that contains pamphlets of useful information for the community so that they can in fact understand what the rights are. As you said, it comes in various languages. Our website is in 6 different languages, and we're expanding that to more languages. When we do community outreach, we also bring a team of experts that speak the language, whether it's Farsi, Korean, Mandarin, Cantonese, Spanish, and yes, even English.
And you speak all those, don't you?
And no, not all of those.
You're working on that.
We're working
but you know, one thing that's very interesting is you have said you love to get lost in the community, and just your day yesterday and where you had to drive. But why is that so important? Because you really make it a point to get out there to meet the community.
I do. When I get out to the community, people reference, and they think that just because you're the county assessor, you know every single intersection. And you don't really get to see those intersections when you're on the freeway. So whenever possible, I take the long streets so that I can understand the dynamics and understand which side people are talking about. Well, I'm north of the boulevard versus south. I'm south of this street, and that's the demarcation point of where the values might change. I want to be able to understand what my constituents are talking about, and I think it's important for me to do that.
Sounds great. Well, again, we want to give, for anybody who needs more information, you can go to the website assessor.lacounty.gov. Thank you so much, John, for being here.
Stacy, we're here to help. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Well, please join us next time right here on My County, and you can learn more about programs and services brought to you by the County of Los Angeles. I'm Stacy Galandi. Thanks so much for joining us.